To everyone out there in the shitty matrix, hello and welcome. This is JohnRamboPresents the show. My name is John, and I'm joined by that juice-squirting madman himself, OJ, is here.
Hello. Hello, I say hello. I don't know why.
How's it going, sir?
Oh, it's going all right. I'm actually feeling pretty good right now.
Feeling good?
Yeah, I was pretty dead when I got home, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
You took drugs?
No.
Okay.
No.
None of that.
None.
All right. So today on the show, we have an extremely incredible guest. I don't know how we pulled this off, but we did it. Very happy about this. You may have heard her voice in such games as Prince of Persia,
Warrior Within,
Star Ocean, Vandal Hearts. She's the voice of the Blood Elf female in a little game called World of Warcraft. You may have heard of that one.
What?
She's the voice of Little Miss Sunshine in the Mr. Men show, which is a very popular show on the Cartoon Network, as well as being an actor and musician, responsible for many funny videos you can find on YouTube, including Emotional Sugar Daddy, The Pinky Song, you like that one, and Ninja Douchebags.
I like that one too.
So I'm very excited to announce we have Alicyn Packard on the show today. What are your thoughts about these turn of events, OJ?
I think that is pretty amazing. And I don't know how we managed to get cool people on the show, but I'm really happy that it happened.
Do you have some questions ready to roll? Are you prepared for this interview?
Prepared?
All right.
What?
So we have many things lined up to talk about here on the show today, including a little bit of talk about Project 7 Episode 2, including an update on the condition of Schnoz-man HolePunch. People are wondering, where are they? What's going on with those two? We're going to do comments, the whole 9 yards. So stay ballsy, stay shitty, spread the disease. I think that's going to be the new creed for a little while. What do you think about that?
Running through it in my head. It's succinct.
Bouncing around. Well, shitty game, shitty players, shitty commentary. Got a little older now. It's time to maybe give it a rest. You know, we gotta thank the gentleman that created that for us, though. Definitely got a lot of miles out of it.
Oh, yeah, that one. Gosh, how long has it been since we've been using that?
It's been a long time. I think it's almost a year, actually. I'm not sure. But we got to thank that gentleman who got so angry at my videos that he actually wrote that, and then it became a hit sensation over the last year or so. And then someday we'll bring it back, but we'll give it a little rest for now. And also, we're not doing a lot of gameplay stuff at the moment, so it doesn't really make sense to be using that a lot, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we still got commentary, but I wouldn't exactly call myself a player.
There still is shitty commentary.
But, yeah.
I mean, we are kind of playing a shitty game by doing, but, whatever. I'm spending a lot of time working on Schnoz-man and HolePunch, or Schnoz-hole, as I like to refer to it.
I still, yeah.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Hopefully that series doesn't lead to me having a nervous breakdown, which is quite possible at this point. But
don't worry,
it's a lot
John.
of work, but we're having a lot of fun at the same time.
Don't worry. If anyone's going to break down, it's me.
Well, let's all hope so. So, as always, the show is available for download at geekfiregifts.com/the show. We do still actually have some merchandise left at geekfiregifts.com/shop. I think there's something like 10 shirts left for the show, right?
Yeah.
It's like not many at all.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone that grabbed one of the shirts.
Thank you so much.
I'm getting a lot of messages for people that have started receiving their orders. I've heard nothing but good things, so I got to assume that people like the fit and the condition of their new attire. It's a nice cotton blend, right?
Yeah, they're quite comfortable.
They're quite comfortable, yes. So some people actually asked me this week. I got a lot of questions about all kinds of stuff. What people have been asking a lot: Do we ship internationally? You're supposed to answer.
Yes. Oh, you're asking me now? Yes, we ship internationally, of course.
We do ship internationally.
We actually took the store down and brought it back up in a new reincarnation just so we could ship internationally. Because we love you that much.
Initially, it didn't work for international, then we had to mess with it, and now it does.
And by we mean me.
Yeah, me and you. Yes. So I'll take the credit. I'll take the credit when things go correctly.
All right, I'll take the blame when things.
But we ship to any location on the earth, right?
Anything that has an address. I mean, Santa hasn't ordered a shirt yet.
Can we send shirts to North Korea if someone was to buy one?
Maybe get them airlifted in with the food distribution.
We'll have to smuggle them in.
Distribution. There we go.
Some people have been asking for different sizes that we don't currently offer. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate. People have been asking for like small or medium, whatever, but we don't currently have those sizes. But I will say this: the large is not that large. Like that's the size shirt that I wear. When I wear it is the large size. I'm not that big of a person, so I could wear it. So if you want a medium, that might be a good option. You go for the large.
Alternatively, you could just do the OJ diet, which consists of cupcakes and milk.
So you want people to gain weight to fit into the shirts? That's what you're telling.
I'm just saying. I mean,
that's kind of
I'm trying to offer solutions here.
It's kind of irresponsible of you.
Okay, you can buy a pregnant suit and wear that under the shirt.
All right. But in any case, there's only a couple shirts left, so if you want them, get them now. And as always, if you would like to submit artwork or music to the show, we love that stuff.
Yes.
I love it's like the best thing ever when I wake up in the morning, right? First thing I usually do is I take my phone and I'll check like the email, right? Mm-hmm. And then if I see that stayballsy@gmail.com, which is where you send the stuff, where you send the art and the music, it has like some emails. I'll open them, see the pictures, or listen to the songs. It's like the best way to start my day. And this week we got some great stuff.
It must be if nothing else gets you out of bed in the morning.
It blows my mind. Sometimes I forward them to you like early in the night.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to just see all of them.
Remember when I forwarded you one, and then you were like the next day you were like, "Why did you send me an email at 4 a.m?"
Oh no, I think you were supposed to be sleeping at that point.
You were concerned about me.
Yeah, I thought you were like it was 4 a.m. I'm like, dude, I was just thinking, man, John, you get some rest, dude. Chill out.
No time for rest. The Ramborgia never rests. It's pushing ahead. So
forever.
We are still looking for more Stay Ballsy logos. We got some great ones this week. These guys sent in awesome ones. I'm actually going to put a lot of them in the show today. But you can never have too many Stay Ballsy logos, right?
No.
So if you'd like to keep making us more, we will be happy to have them.
Send it to us.
Yes. All right, so I don't want to start the show off on a sad note, but I think we need to do a proper tribute to the man.
Yes.
The great Davy Jones passed away on Wednesday at the age of 66.
It's young.
Well, that is young. That's unfortunate. Of course, he was the lead singer of the Monkees. The Monkees, one of the most unique stories in history of music and pop culture.
Yeah.
They were actually put together for a TV show that was pretty much like a take on the Beatles, right?
Mm-hmm.
A take off on the Beatles.
Yeah, it was a parody, sort of.
It's kind of like a parody, or like all the Beatles are. This still happens today in the entertainment industry, I guess you call it. Where something's popular, then you go, oh, we should try to get in on that, so we'll make like our own version of it, right? But in this case, it actually was cool because the Monkees were really great, and the show was a top-rated smash at the time. Ran from 1966 to 1968, and for most of that time, the members of the Monkees, they didn't have any creative control over anything, over the music they were putting out or anything like that. But what happened is they eventually actually became a real band. They banded together, they formed an actual real band, and they fought the network, they fought the powers that be, and they actually got control over the music, and they had and towards the end they had a lot more input into like the songs and things like that, because they were all very talented guys,
Yeah. That's how they got
And then after the show ended, they actually toured, and they had people like Jimi Hendrix actually opened for them. In this story, that was like the first big tour Hendrix was like invited on. It was the Monkees did it, and the fans actually booed Hendrix because they they were into the Monkees. They're like, who the hell is this?
Oh,
but that's how forward thinking they were. They knew Hendrix was something great, and like, we're gonna bring this guy on tour with us,
Yeah.
And they're extremely influential because if you think about it, for an entire generation of people, the first music they were exposed to was the Monkees music. On Saturday mornings and things like that.
You could see, you know, poppy songs on regular television. This was well before MTV.
Right. So I think it was in the late 80s, I believe, MTV and Nickelodeon, they started playing the Monkees reruns.
Was this on Nick at Night or no?
I think so. It was like late 80s, early 90s, what I remember. And both MTV and Nickelodeon were just all of a sudden were playing the Monkees. That's where I actually saw the Monkees. And I really fell in love with the show. And I think the intro is probably one of the greatest intros ever for a show. The song is great, and then it's like there's like a bed, and they're like moving it down the street.
Yeah,
that's great. So what do you have to say about the Monkees and Davy Jones and all that stuff?
Well, I have to say that the first ever concert that I saw in my entire life was the Monkees.
I did not know that, sir.
Yeah.
When was this?
So I was a little kid. My parents and my sister and I went to Rhode Island, and just so you know why I was in the state I was in when we got to the concert. I'm maybe 6 or 8 years old. Maybe 8, between 8 and 14. I don't know. Probably closer to 8. I'm a little kid, right? And my dad gets me up at 6 a.m. to go fishing. So by the time we get back, you know, I didn't sleep. We're all exhausted. I'm a little kid, and my parents are like, we're going to a concert. I'm like, yay! And I had absolutely no sleep before we got there. So I was kind of like dead for like the first half of the concert, but it was amazing once my tiny little idiot self woke up. Like, we only had 3 of the 4 Monkees. I'm sorry to say.
I don't know. I think one of them left and then they came back, and I think some of the members quit and then would come back over time and stuff.
But it was funny because
Davey was there though.
Yeah, he was there. What was amazing though, I can't remember if it was Davey who said this. One of the other Monkees was, it was a circular stage that rotated.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then it's kind of in the center of a circular stadium. So it's like, I don't like this. No matter where I go, someone can see my bald patch. I'm just like, oh. But
very nice.
Yeah, so that was the closest I ever got to meeting Davy Jones. I mean, aside from watching the old Scooby-Doo reruns with the episode where he was on it, but I don't remember that at all. I could swear I saw it on Cartoon Network.
In the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh, yeah.
In the 90s, which was actually a pretty funny scene. Those are a weird string of movies, but in any case, we're not talking about that today.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was...
He was great. I love the music. I've always enjoyed it. I've had a collection of their songs that I downloaded illegally probably like 15 years ago. I still have those songs. I was listening to them today a little bit. I love that whole era. You know, that whole era was all about like making art and you know, fighting the power and having a good time and, you know, making love too. You know, at the same time, it was good times. You know. Yeah,
it was funny because 2 days ago I was in my friend's car, and he puts on the Smash Mouth version of Believer.
It's awful.
And I was like, at first I was like, sweet, Believe. Oh.
The guy had that on his in his car, like on a CD.
On his iPod.
Oh, that's awful, man.
I was kind of sad, but
that's from Shrek, you know.
Yeah, I know.
That's not good. But it's very sad to see Davey go.
Yeah.
But we thank him for the music. Thank you for the good times.
Music, the fun times,
and
the hilarity.
So for my personal tribute to Davey, to the Monkees, I have actually put together one of their hit songs, and I will be playing that right now. Oh, I could hide beneath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. 6 o'clock, alarm will never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. Shaving razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me as a white knight on his steed. Now you know how happy I can be, and our good times start and end without dollar bills to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to our daydream believer and our homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to our daydream believer and our homecoming queen? All right, so OJ, what did you think about my performance there?
I think it's all right, although you keep moving from my left headphone to my right, which is kind of confusing.
Well, you didn't actually hear it because it was pre-recorded, but maybe check it out later. Let me know what you think.
Oh, gosh.
I tried to do my best.
No, dude, I'm sure it's amazing.
It's okay. I mean, I tried.
Dude,
I can't do the work justice.
Well, you know, you did your best, and that's what counts. And I think you did a good job just from knowing you, even if I haven't heard it yet.
Well, you've said all the correct things.
Well, thank you. And I do want to
So
say...
you will remain on as the co-host of the show.
Why, thank you. Now, I do want to say that I was doing dishes the other day and listening to my my Zune. Yes, my Zune. Someone bought one, and that was me.
Yeah.
And one of your songs came up, and I was like,
Which
yeah!
one?
Those dishes got so clean.
HolePunch? Which one was it?
No, it was one of your older songs, man.
What the hell was it?
The title?
Yeah, it was
Shore 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's on YouTube, actually, if you want to check that out. But...
yeah, you should check it out. It's great to do dishes to.
Yeah, okay.
Coming from me.
So that's that.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this a little bit. Project 7, Episode 2 came out last Sunday. Did you enjoy the episode?
It was pretty funny.
I like people enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's good. You guys put a
Got
lot of effort into that.
A lot of good feedback about my performance, which I really appreciate a lot. Thank you very much.
Please continue to inflate his ego. It's the only way we can keep him sated.
Yes. That is correct. Most people referencing the Pine Sol drinker scene as their favorite part of the episode. We kind of give you like a little backstory on that whole thing. So, we had written a scene, Phil Howard and I had written a scene where DSP was going to lose on the arcade cabinet, which is what would happen anyway, but the initial idea was he was going to lose to like a kid, or like a small child. Because basically the joke would be that he would lose to someone that he should be able to beat, is basically the joke, right?
Yeah.
It's genius, I know, right?
Yeah.
So, we never actually found someone to play this role. So we go to film, like, what the hell are we going to do? We have no one to do this. We were thinking maybe Howard's girlfriend could do it, because that would kind of like make sense too. But she wasn't around, and we didn't know what we were going to do. So, we realized Howard's neighbor was home, and he's a friend of ours, right?
Yeah.
So I come up with this idea on the spot that, all right, he's going to play a drunk homeless guy that I find outside. So I find this drunk homeless guy, and I drag him indoors, and he has to play Phil.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy actually, in his apartment, he actually had, an alcohol bottle and a brown paper bag. So we're like, oh, sweet, this is great. You're in the show, all right? And so we're going to use that for the scene. So it comes time to actually film it, and this dude is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Like, he left and we couldn't find him. Like, I don't know what happened. And it was late, so I don't know where he went. And best of all, he had, like I said, he had the alcohol bottle and the brown bag in his apartment. And now he put it away. He locked his place was locked up.
Oh no!
He couldn't get to it. And in Howard's apartment, which is where we were filming, he had no bottles. So I'm like, all right, all we need is like a brown paper bag, and you can put any kind of bottle in there, and people will get the idea. He had no paper bags, and he had no bottles. And it was like after 1 a.m. So you can't really even go out to buy that stuff in Connecticut, right?
No.
So it's like, what the hell are we going to do? So I figure, okay, if we take Andre, who's already playing a different role, which he wasn't, because someone else didn't show up, but that's a whole other story. We'll get to that some other day. So I'm like, all right, we take Andre, cover his face to the point where you can't tell it's him. He could play the drunk guy, but we don't have the stuff to do the drunk guy. So I'm like, all right, here's the idea. He's going to be this crazy guy that drinks weird stuff. And because I was looking at like Howard's, cabinets, and he has like all these different cleaning products. So like he's going to be drinking Windex, right? He's going to be the Windex drinker, and he's this crazy guy that I found, and he's totally out of it. And I think someone was like, wait a minute, do Pine Sol, because Pine Sol was over there too. So I'm like, all right, yeah, Pine Sol's cool.
It's more bottle shaped.
Right. So that's how the whole thing came about. And it's pretty interesting in the creative process that, like, if I was just sitting at home, right, writing, I'm gonna write Project 7, right? I'm sitting at home. I probably would never think to write about a dude who drinks Pine Sol that you bring inside the, like, that probably never come into a person's head, but because of the situation, and we were like kind of forced to like come up with an idea, like that's what happened, and I think it really added to the episode in a big way. I think it would have been without that, it would have been lacking something, So
well, yeah, I mean, I think that's why improv comedy is so popular. I mean, when you have to improvise, you just come up with something, and
sometimes it's better.
Yeah, it can very often be better.
Because if you sit there and stress and think instead of do,
you just relax and just roll through it.
Very cool. And then when we first went to do it, I'm like, no, the bottle has to be open. Because I wanted to look like he was actually drinking it, because the bottle's closed if you look at it. It has like a lid on it.
Yeah.
But we opened it, and like that stuff's powerful, and I forgot about that. And it was like, just like stunk up the whole I was like, oh my God, like shut the bottle. Like my eyes were watering and stuff.
Oh.
So the only other thing I want to say about Project 7, the what is this, the shitty Matrix line?
Yeah?
Written by OJ.
Hi, I did something.
Written by OJ.
Aw, thank you.
I think I talked to you like that morning or something.
Yeah, you talked with me like one of the days about a couple of
I
things.
was looking over like the script is basically it's a script, but it's not like there's no like lines written. It's basically like this happens, right?
Yeah. Like it's
the whole thing is kind of like haphazard a little bit, right? I'll admit it. So
well, that's what gives
I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, I could put a joke here, I could put a joke there, right?
Yeah.
So, like talking to you on the phone, I'm like, all right, when we go into this like Mega Man select screen, what could I say there? And you're like, you had a couple ideas, but I forget what they were. But you're like, oh, you should be like, what is this, the Matrix?
Yeah.
So then of course, it goes into my head, then it comes out, what is this, the shitty Matrix? I always have to add that to it. And that's where that line came from. So
thank you.
I appreciate that.
I expect my name on episode. No, I'm kidding.
And you get no royalties.
No, that's fine. I'll deal. I'll deal.
So I noticed people are coming up with this theory that Project 7 is going to be like somehow become this like cross-channel thing, like this crossover type thing, like kind of like a Marvel Comics kind of thing. But those are never good, right? Not really. I mean,
Avengers versus Justice League.
No, not even that. But like like the big crossovers, we have to buy like all these different issues of things you never ever want. Just because the story continues. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
It's not how it's going to be. It's not the case. A lot of people, like, as far as Schnoz-man HolePunch go, it will not be in Project 7. Right? It's a totally different series. Right?
Oh.
It's the kind of thing where, like, you have two separate things, right? Mm-hmm. There's two separate entities, and then if you combine them, now you only have one thing.
Right.
So it's kind of subtraction by addition. I think they're fine separately, and it wouldn't really make any sense. Very different series, too. Like, Project 7 is more like a cartoon. Like, I like to think of it as a cartoon with cursing. That's what I think people should think about it, too, because they're like, oh, this doesn't, how could this happen? And that, it's a cartoon, like, it doesn't have to really make sense. That's how I kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a little bit of some of the nonsensical stuff that goes on in, like Scott Pilgrim that's never explained.
Well, that's why I like it. It's cartoonish.
Yeah. It is what it is, and don't overthink it.
Right.
Enjoy.
And, like, Justice League, like Schnoz-man HolePunch Justice League, I think while it is goofy with like people wearing masks and superheroes and stuff like that, there's a lot more continuity and logic to the storyline.
And to the world.
And to the world. Like, we want to create an actual world that could, somehow possibly exist, right?
Yeah.
And I think everything that happens has to be logical to the characters and to the environment. And I think there's a kind of like a seriousness to the story as well, like underneath.
Yeah.
So.
It's not like I'm just going to pull a pie out of nowhere.
Well, you might have if we don't know what to say at some point, or know what to do at some point. But,
do you think a pie would escape me?
no,
I wouldn't waste a pie like that.
All right, so we brought up. Let's talk about it. Make an announcement. We have actually begun work on Schnoz-man HolePunch, the Justice League episode 2. We have filmed several scenes. I have edited some of the scenes already.
Yep.
And we're looking to finish it soon.
Mm-hmm.
And my hope is that by the time the show is out for next week, which will be a week from now, that we will be able to talk about Schnoz-man HolePunch episode 2. So hopefully it'll be out by then.
I'd be up for that. I'd be keen to do it.
So that's the goal right now. We still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. But it's fun.
Well, I really want to talk about because we have a lot of funny stories, including stuff about OJ running around in public with this HolePunch outfit. And there's a lot of good stuff. So it would make for some really good audio. Hopefully that will be out by next week. A lot of people. First of all, the video hit 20,000 views, which is awesome.
Yeah, thank you all very much.
That's great. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And then, like, a lot of the comments we've been getting the last couple of days, I've noticed, people are like, "Where's the next episode? When's it coming out?"
It's March. I didn't see another episode.
Where's John? John said this, So hopefully, for a week from now, I don't know what the date is right now. I think it's the 1st.
Today is the 1st of March.
So hopefully by March 7th, we'll say it should be out by then.
Believe it.
And we're not doing like trailers and all that crap. It's just going to come out.
What it is, what it is.
It is what it is. I don't think it's necessary, so.
You'll have to wait. I'm sorry.
Right.
Doing our best.
It'll
be awesome.
All right, let's do some comments.
All right.
Sir.
Okay. Well, our first comment is from SDB PR.
Okay.
Me gusta cuando señor Rambo habla en el español.
Do you know what that means?
I like when Mr. Rambo speaks in Spanish.
That is correct. I enjoy that. I'm called Mr. Rambo, which is appropriate.
Of course.
Doctor is also acceptable.
Dr. Rambo.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Well, that was probably the worst pronunciation of Spanish you've ever heard, but there
Awful.
It goes. So, you want to say the next fellow?
Life is Crap, 1997.
Yeah, he says...
And this actually received 31 thumbs up.
Yeah, a lot of people agree with this, and I think it would be close, but let's go through. Yeah. John Rambo versus Bob Saget. The winner, John Neffin Rambo.
That is correct. I would defeat Saget. I would make him tap.
I think it would
swiftly.
Be close, though.
You do make a lot of references to Full House. I don't know how this
happens a lot.
I don't know how this came about, but someone last week, I think his name was Robbro.
Yeah.
He made a picture of me versus Bob Saget. So I put that on the show. It was great.
Well, yeah, didn't we say we were going to get him on the show after Mark Hamill?
Bob Saget? Did we actually say he's coming on?
I don't know. That would be amazing.
You gotta stop making these promises, man. Now you're killing me.
I'm saying,
I promised
saying it would be amazing.
I didn't promise no Bob Saget, man.
We'll get him to tell the Aristocrats joke.
No, I have to write it down.
Oh, dear Bob.
I would love to have him on. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Although I must say, I don't remember if I've already said this, but Full House in Japanese is insane.
Why?
They dubbed it over into Japanese, and Uncle Joey's voice is the craziest thing you've ever heard. It cannot be imitated, and just, if it's on YouTube, find it. It is insane.
I'll have to find this.
Thank you.
Someone actually sent me a message saying that they want that John Rambo versus Bob Saget. They want a poster.
Wow.
They're like, I want an HD version of that so I can make a poster of it. I'm like, wow. So, let's continue.
All right. So this one's from Joe M. 1234569.
That's our buddy.
Yeah. Good fella. Good fella. So, lol. Oh, you guys crack me up. The interaction with fans is so fun. Please don't ever change what you guys are doing. I stay up Thursday late just to hear the show first. I truly love the show. Keep on going, guys. Much love.
Thank you for checking it out.
Thank you. We really love hearing that.
Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that they really like that it's up. I've been putting up like really, really late Thursday, early Friday, basically. Mm-hmm. So when people get up Friday and they go to school or whatever, they can download and stuff. So I definitely keep trying to make an effort to get it out as early as possible. You know.
Yeah, and for which I am again grateful for all your hard work.
Well, you should be. So
I am.
continue. Let's
Okay,
continue.
so GoldenEye Blue says...
Do you want to borrow money from me or something? You keep complimenting me. What's going on?
No,
What is your angle here? You're trying to get...
I'm just speaking the truth.
All right.
Don't be afraid.
I feel like as soon as we stop recording, you're going to be like, oh, I need you to help me move some heavy things.
I need a kidney.
Yeah.
All right, so before John catches on to my wily scheme,
yeah,
this comment is from GoldenEye Blue. We must send all who are not infected with digital gonorrhea back to Naraka, so that they may suffer for a short time before they are sent back to the show for salvation and enlightenment.
Naraka, I think, is like it's either Hindu or Buddhist. It's like the hell. It's like their version of hell, I think.
Oh,
right?
Then I probably shouldn't have said that in such a dark voice.
Oh, okay. So this dude's implying that we should send them not to any hell, but to the Hindu or Buddhist version of hell.
Wow.
It's specific. I mean, that's really good.
Okay, that's
But I like at the end where we let them out and they can listen for salvation.
It's not like we're dooming people forever. It's just it's a little bit like purgatory.
It's a positive story in the end.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
Right.
So Dude Guy 1354 says, John, I was homesick today, but the show has really cheered me up.
That's precisely why we do this, sir.
We want to brighten your day. We want your day to be a little bit better for having had us be a part of it. And we know our day is a little bit brighter every time you're a part of ours.
And we hope you feel better.
Yeah, I do feel better. So, this one comes from our good friend Hazard.
Yes, Hazard, creator of the show logo and the Schnoz logo.
A very, very, very talented artist here.
And the Christmas logo. And the 20th episode logo. And the Ramborgia crest.
Yeah, man.
And the Ramboholics can. I remember it all, sir.
You forget nothing.
I'm sure I'm forgetting some. He's done so much. I'm probably forgetting a couple of things, but...
Well, I'm sure he'll forgive us, for he was also kind and generous.
Yes.
What better way to drown out the sound of people having sex in the flat below me than listening to John Rambo and OJ do the show? Smiley face.
The best way to drown out people having sex below you would be to be having sex in your room above them. Preferably with multiple partners, so it's incredibly loud. But the show is a nice alternative to that, I think.
Does it have to be an alternative?
At the same time.
Yeah.
When he says he's drowning them out, is he listening? Or is it like they're hearing us and they stop?
I don't know. Do you
like, what the hell's that?
Do you think that hearing the show would get them to stop or make
I'm not in the mood anymore. I don't know what that crap is.
Oh, gosh. What was that sad puppy voice? Ugh. Get away from me.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, moving along, this quote is from Torberin. Yes, the show is the best, and I'm watching a winter holiday right now, so I'm on a mission to watch every show in less than 3 days. Well,
that's pretty crazy. Can you even do that? How many? There's 23, 22 shows,
and that's about 20. And yeah, and say they're an hour each. Say they're
so
an hour and a half each. You can still do it.
If you watch them all in 3 days, you'd have to you would be able to. How many hours of sleep would you have?
Well, let's fire up yonder calculator here. So, let's say there's 22 shows, and each one is let's say on average 1.25 hours. So that's 27.5 hours, and in 3 days you have 72 hours. So that gives you 44.5 hours minus 24 hours for sleep. Yeah, you've got plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah, you could easily do it.
All right.
You probably have... You could still get 24 hours, watch the shows.
I don't think it's the healthiest thing to do, but
no.
By all means.
But you could sleep listening to the show. I mean, we've suggested that before.
Yeah.
Any extra exposure to the digital gonorrhea is probably for the best. So,
yes.
So, would you like to do the next comment, sir?
Long Live Cows says, I wish I could like this video 100 more times, maybe 1,000 more. Stay shitty ballsy, my friends.
Heart.
Excellent. You should make 100 more accounts and then just like it.
Aw, dude. No, you should get 100 friends who haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
To do it.
Well, there's the thing. I don't care, man. Like, I don't care about the likes or the, even the amount of views. It's all about please, making the people that do check us out do appreciate it, making them happy. That's what it's all about.
It's about the interaction with everyone out there, with all the
Right.
Ramborgia and the Ramboholics.
Yeah, if you get up in the morning and you're like, I'm gonna be the biggest star in the entertainment world, that's probably the wrong way to look at it. It should be like, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna put out the best content I possibly can do.
I'm going to wake up and I'm going
That's
to help
your goal.
produce something that makes someone else's day better.
That's good too, but it's gotta be. I want to put out the best possible work. It's not like, what can I do to be the biggest thing? I get the most likes and all that shit.
But thank you very much for the sentiment.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
So the next one is from Frolik. Great episode. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Free and optional diarrhea.
I don't think that's the catchphrase. I think Howard kind of messed up the catchphrase. People are confused now.
Really?
This is what he does.
He sows discord among the Ramborgia. Is he a spy?
Yeah, I think he might be. He's polluting what we got going on here.
I'll keep my eye on that one.
Yeah.
I'll-
You don't want you don't want any kind of diarrhea,
No.
free and optional or costly or whatever.
Paid diarrhea. I don't even... Isn't that... Well, it's kind of an enema. But anyway, so, moving along. The next quote is from Omega Weapon X2. Hey, John. I was wondering if you had any ballsy advice for someone like me who is struggling with a long-distance relationship with a lady friend. Not to go into too much detail, but it's been hard. Even grown 23-year-old men cry at times.
Look, everyone cries sometimes. Well, I don't, but everyone honestly, everyone does do it.
Yeah.
It's an expression of pain, and then sometimes, a lot of time in life, pain is unavoidable in life, so. And I think living far from the person that you love is very painful. But it's all about perspective, right? A lot of things in life is all about perspective. So, you love each other, right? So being in a relationship with each other, even though you're far apart, is still better than not being in a relationship with each other at all, I would say. It's very tough, but you have to remember, even though you're apart, you're still together.
Yeah.
Right, OJ?
Definitely.
And that's the most important thing, is that you're together. What do you have to say about this?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you found somebody who you love and care for and who loves and cares for you. They might not be in the room with you, but the fact that you've managed to find somebody like that, I think...
And that's love. You know what? That's a real test of love. Because they're not around you, and it's so painful to this great gentleman, right?
Yeah.
That it brings him to tears. So that is proof that there is love there. And that's a good thing that exists, right?
Yeah. He's not just messing around. This is serious business.
This is serious business. So I wish you good luck, my friend.
As do I.
And I expect, since we found out, we've discovered here, there's tremendous love here, I think things will work out. And I expect to be invited to the wedding, sir. So that's what I have to say.
I'll be John Rambo's chauffeur.
You're going to drive the limo for everybody.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be amazing. I'll go get my little driver's cap.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So this one's from Porongo Ta Insane. Este es el mejor show del mundo. This is the best show in the world.
Are you actually looking these up, or you're able to do that?
I remember a little bit of Spanish.
All right.
I blocked most of it out of my head for Japanese, but I remember.
I like how we're getting the different languages in the comments now. I dig that
wonderful.
kind of thing. People feel free to do that. It's cool.
Yeah, if any of our Japanese or Thai or
do we have people? I don't think we have
German
people
viewers want to say something in your native tongue, please go right ahead. Just make sure it's something Google can translate if we don't know the language.
The other day, I actually looked up. YouTube will tell you what your biggest countries are.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty much like U.S., England, Canada, Australia, like English speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Then like Germany was like right there, and Norway, and we did the international, so we know where everyone's from. But like Norway was like way up there. It was pretty crazy. I think I should actually have looked this up before I start talking about it. But I think another country, I don't know which one it was beating, like a non-English speaking country was beating an English speaking country.
Wow.
Which I thought was pretty awesome. Yeah. I thought that was great. So
I would salute you in your native tongue, but I'm afraid I don't know who you are.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to do redneck common potatoes quote?
Forever shitty, forever ballsy, forever pulpy. We are the Ramborgia.
I like that one a lot, and
That was really good.
especially because I'm included.
And all, all the creeds are good. Anyone ever wants to use is acceptable. So
We need to make a wall o' creeds.
we got to make the book, man. We talked about this. All the different poems people have written, and
Oh, definitely.
and all the different creeds and all the different names and stuff. So
I think that would be amazing.
that'd be a good idea. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got the I guess it's probably short for the escape artist. It's the Esk artist.
Mm-hmm.
This is my last time listening to the show until July because I'm heading to Job Corps this Tuesday. This is my favorite podcast, and I will miss it dearly. Tear face. For the Ramborgia!
Yeah, I actually saw this comment. I contacted the Esk artist,
Yeah.
and I said, "Is there any way I could send you the episodes while you're gone?"
Mm-hmm.
I would actually mail them to him if you want, but he didn't seem like he was into that. He was like, "Well, I'm going to find out if I have internet. I don't know, and then I'll let you know if I do, and you can throw me the MP3s or whatever." So
Yeah, well, if he could mail somebody, yeah, that could work.
So we're talking about it, but I hope that I really it's really great that he his favorite podcast. He's going to actually miss it and stuff. That's great. So
Yeah, good luck with the Job Corps. Definitely.
And anyone out there, honestly, I'm not just saying this to like make myself look good or something. Okay, if there's some way, if you love the show and you can't, there's some way you can't listen to it or something, to the point where you're to miss it, let me know. I will figure something out. I will literally mail you, discs or something if I have, let me know. And that's a shoot. That's a shoot, my friends.
Wow, you heard it here.
Yes.
And if you couldn't hear it, then I'm sorry, because if you can't hear this episode, then they won't know. But
well, I'm saying people that maybe in the future you're going away or something.
Yeah, so keep us involved in your plans. Let us know. We will get you the show.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Phew. Okay. Well, viewed. That's how I'm reading it. Viewed. VIWD.
Yep.
Perhaps you should recite the creed.
Let's create a creed, my creed. It's more of a crappy poem than a creed, but here it goes. We pledge unto thee, a creed ever salty, to spread the disease, stay pulpy and ballsy. Heed all our call, our biblical prophecyr, of shittiness, of balls, of digital gonorrhea. United we stand, the ragged new order. Infected we are, the rabid Ramborgia. Wow, that was powerful. I felt like reading it was like, wow, crazy stuff right here.
I'm picturing, oh gosh, I forgot what the Shakespearean actor's name. He was Henry IV Hamlet. I'm picturing Kenneth Branagh from I think when he was Henry the Fourth or Fifth or something, giving a very once more into the breach speech or whatever, saying this to a crowd of medieval soldiers, just driving them onward to victory. Like, that's what I'm picturing when I hear this.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Like, it just evokes this imagery of a leader rallying his troops,
Yes. All right. I guess we're going to have our guest.
Oh, wonderful. This should be a great deal of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to have a great guest coming up. Next week's show is going to be pretty big, I think. Because we're talking about Schnoz-man HolePunch episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Cross our fingers. That's done by then. Should be. I don't see why not. But you never know with this kind of stuff. My computer could explode or something. Who knows? But
yeah.
Also, I'm going to be picking up Mass Effect 3 next week. I'm pretty excited for it. We're talking about that. And Street Fighter X Tekken's coming out.
Oh, yeah, that should... Oh, I got to order that. Dang it.
I don't really want it, but I'll probably pick it up. So we'll talk about that stuff. And whatever else we come up with, so.
It should be a good time.
Should be a great time. It's always great here. All right, so we're going to come right back with our guest for the week. And we'll see you in a second. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Hey.
All right, welcome back to the show. Our guest this week is the voice of the Blood Elf female in World of Warcraft. She's responsible for many outstanding videos, such as the Pinky Song, and Ninja Douchebags. She's Little Miss Sunshine in the Mr. Men Show, actor, comedian, and she plays the ukulele. Welcome to the show. The girl the ESRB warned you about, Alicyn Packard, is here.
Hi, guys. How are you?
So how's it going today?
It's going great. Today's been a great day. Now, where are you guys at?
We're in New York. New
And
York
Connecticut.
area.
New York and Connecticut. I'm originally from Boston, so
Oh, right on.
Go Sox.
hey, heck yeah. Sorry, John.
Oh, no.
That.
It is what it is.
But me and Lord OJ have a thing going on.
Yeah, well,
All about New England.
you guys could take me to a game sometime and maybe it'll convert me to the Sox. The Sox Nation, or whatever it's called. I don't know.
I don't know. We can't let anyone know we've got a New Yorker with us, though.
I'll be killed. All right, so it's a great honor to have you on the show today.
Oh, I know.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
we'll put him under cover.
Yes. So the first thing I want to do, I want to ask
Yes.
you. I want to ask you about the Pinky song. And if people haven't checked that
Okay.
out, definitely do it. It's Pinky song is of course about some kinky behavior, including doing some things with one's pinky. So how'd you come up with the idea for that, and was it based on personal experience?
Well, I was doing a lot of stand-up at the time, and so it was fun to kind of incorporate some songs into my act. And, I guess it was more of a playful nature. But actually, most of the stuff that I perform that under now is I've decided that I'm going to use a moniker, so that it doesn't interfere with any of the children's animation that I do as well.
Ah, okay.
So I've been performing, intermittently, those kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, the comedy songwriting is a blast. It's so much fun to do, and it just kind of, it just comes.
Right.
Now
So-
you think,
Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
there's no double entendre there, is what that's the point.
Oh my. So you've written a lot of comedic songs. So I guess this is a lot different from writing songs of a more serious nature then.
Yeah, I mean, the purpose might be different. One song might want you to feel something, and another song might want to make you laugh. But the process is still pretty much the same. I mean, there's a ton of different ways it might come. Are you a guitar player too, John?
I do. I play a little bit.
Cool.
So, yes.
Do you write it all or just play?
I do write. I've been writing serious songs, and I'm trying to work on comedic songs. So that's why I'm really glad to have you on, because I'm kind of trying to do what you do. You do it a little bit better than me. Well, I'm trying to get there. So
Sometimes all it is 4 chords and a funny line.
that's pretty much what I can pull that off. So
Speaking of chords and strings, so you play the ukulele. Was there a lot of difficulty in learning to play that when compared with the guitar? I mean, why don't we hear more of this music, the ukulele music in modern mainstream music today?
Well, it's funny that you should say that because I feel like the ukulele is really, caught on like wildfire. I mean, my mother's boyfriend sent me an article about how the ukulele is just blowing up, and there's a lot of like Garfunkel and Oates are playing the ukulele.
Oh yeah.
Eddie Vedder had a whole album that was just ukulele.
oh wow,
Came out last year. Amanda Palmer has done a lot of stuff with the ukulele. So I kind of feel like, ukuleles jumped the shark a little bit. Hey, here's another girl with a ukulele.
Aw.
Like when SNL is spoofing Zoe Deschanel and her ukulele, and it sounds like one of your songs, it's a little embarrassing.
Well,
Right.
hey, they're basically you got there first. They're just riding your coattails now.
Yeah, I tell Zoe that all the time. I'm like, listen, stop copying me.
right on.
No, I have my uke right here, as a matter of fact.
Okay, cool. So
Oh yeah. So to answer the other part of your question, OJ, it was so much easier, and that's why I like the ukulele because it's easy to write on and it's easy to play, and it really kind of frees you up to just be in the moment more.
So it's a more fun instrument.
It's very fun. Do you play?
No, I mean I played saxophone in high school, and I've got an Irish whistle that I can torture my neighbors with. But aside from that, I'm not too talented in that regard, I'm afraid.
I'd like to hear that. An Irish whistle.
You don't want to hear that.
No,
It's the last thing you want to hear.
seriously.
The next time we're on the show.
Next time we'll have you come on again. We'll just bust out a bunch of random instruments.
Oh, we'll just
Yeah.
jam.
Be a big
We'll just
disaster.
have a jam.
Yeah, right on.
I'm sure your audience will love that.
Oh, they would, yeah. So I've watched a lot of your stand-up comedy. Actually, it's very funny. I really enjoy it.
Thank you.
Do you find it difficult at all to perform? You know, the more racy, more adult-oriented stuff like you do. Is it tough to go out there and put yourself out there like that with that stuff?
I think it depends on the audience and the environment. I feel fairly comfortable performing most of the time, and sometimes I work with shows that are just, I mean, my stuff's not really raunchy. While it might be racy, it's not like, ugh, there's not a ton of swear words, and there's not a ton of that. It's more playful comedy. It just happens to be of an adult nature.
Yeah.
But sometimes there lies the line between doing some material that is for one audience, definitely grown-ups, and then doing material that's for another audience, which is definitely children. So that can be challenging. You don't want anyone to get in the wrong place at the wrong time,
Has that ever happened before? Someone was maybe they heard about you from the cartoon animation world and they go see your show and it's like, well, whoa.
Knock on wood, nobody has ever had a negative reaction in that way, except for my mother.
What happens?
Oh no.
But she's like, you don't have to do that song. Really? Alicyn, you're so talented. You have so many good songs. I just don't think you have to do that ninja douchebag one. Like, all right, Mom. But so I guess after this interview, we'll see. This could be the first.
Right.
Not though.
Do you feel that there's like a definite line and limit as to where comedy could go and like what could be said in comedy, or is nothing off limits at all? You think?
Well, I mean, again, it depends on your audience. I mean, if you're going for a joke that's, there's certain things that will shock people and get the laugh, but that doesn't mean it's the best joke, and it doesn't mean that you're going to earn the respect of the audience.
Right.
So, people that use racist humor, I don't find that funny. Using gratuitous swear words are not funny. And sometimes when people turn to sex without having it be funny, it's, these are just the easier ways to shock people and to get people to laugh.
Shock for the sake of shock.
Yeah, and it works. It's kind of an easy out. But, I mean, the comedians that don't have to rely on that are the ones that are really great and have the lasting power.
Who are some comedians that you really think are good that maybe people haven't heard of or out there?
Well, I have a total crush on Ellen DeGeneres. She just as a human being, I think, has so much good energy and is just a positive force. I mean, sometimes the stand-up comedy world is not a beacon of lightness. So I really appreciate when people are honest and have integrity and are also funny and can do it clean, which is not necessarily my strength, but I really appreciate it.
Aw. So,
is there anyone out there that maybe people haven't heard of, like a comedian that you think is really good? They could maybe look into.
My drummer Jeffrey Baldinger.
He's good.
I'm just gonna pimp Jeff out for a second.
All right, that's cool. I'm looking him up.
No, Dwayne Perkins is one of my favorite comedians. I had the good opportunity to open for him at a couple shows in Arizona. And again, talk about amazing person. Not only is he funny, he's been on Tonight Show, he's been on Conan, done a bunch of hosting, but his jokes are just classic, and he taught me a lot of stand-up.
okay, so shifting gears a little bit, So we've seen that you've conducted some interviews with many prominent animators. What is it about animation that you like so much?
God, I was like one of those kids that just would not shut off the cartoons. Uh, I remember I remember being in like the fourth grade or something and being at a slumber party and everybody's like, oh, let's watch Dirty Dancing. And I was like, and I lied and I was like, my mom won't let me watch that. We should watch cartoons. They were like, you loser. But I don't know, for some reason, like for a long time, I just really related to animated characters, and it's so fun, and I love the comedy. And in the world of animation, you can really go anywhere with the characters. They can breathe underwater, or go on a crazy eating binge, or all these different things. And so, it really helps connect you to your inner child, and I love it. And
So, yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I also work in animation, so I've had the good fortune to work with most of the people that I interviewed for my web series, which is called Inside Alicyn's Wonderland, and it's at Alicyn'sWonderland.com. Of course, your listeners can probably see that it's Alicyn. You probably have one of those little pictures or whatever. But yeah, Alicyn'sWonderland.com. So we've done interviews with like Craig Bartlett, who created Dinosaur Train, who created Hey Arnold, and Earl Kress, who's an Emmy Award winning um, animation writer. He did Pinky and the Brain and many, many more. Kent Osborne, who is on Adventure Time right now. Just all these like really amazing, talented people that I'm so happy to be able to work with you know, and have the opportunity to learn from. And it's so great to be able to share that with, people that are also passionate about animation.
And I take it also that this is some of your work that your mother will not complain about.
Exactly. OJ. Yeah,
They always complain, though. Mothers always complain about something. It's just
Aw.
how it is.
So it sounds like you've always been a big fan of animation. So was it a dream of yours that it would actually someday be in a cartoon?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've always been an actor since I was in the first grade play of Hansel and Gretel. So I have to thank Mrs. Lewis to this day for giving me that part. She unleashed a monster. But
For which we are grateful.
for which we're grateful. Yeah, the singing and then the hello, and then refining it later to more on camera work, and I think I got into improv. I think I got into animation more through improv, where improvisational acting, where you can be a 90-year-old grandma, where you can be some guy from the Bronx. Um, which let me
Anybody.
tell you, I get cast as that a lot.
Really? Wow.
I'm kidding.
Robert De Niro.
I'm kidding. But just the idea that you can be anybody and you can be cast as anything. And, I've played a male zombie. Um, I've played little boys. I've played people of all different, ethnicities and accents. And it's just really fun. So yeah, I definitely did hope that I would be working in animation someday. So I feel very fortunate for that.
So was it what you expected when you were a child watching cartoons from the other side now?
Geez, I don't know. I think there's a lot more behind the scenes stuff out there than there used to be. But for a long time, I didn't realize that there were, actors in a recording studio somewhere doing voices. You just don't think about that when you're a little kid. And then, the first animated series that I booked, going to the studio for the first day, walking in and realizing that I was working with Sunny Gummy, with Katie Lee, was pretty amazing. To be working with somebody that you idolized and, watched every Saturday morning when you were a kid. It's really cool.
Now I have to say that it's awesome that you got to do the Mr. Men and Little Miss books, because I remember at my grandma's house when I was a little kid, I don't remember what the book said, but just going through the pictures, like just that series when I was a kid, and the fact that you got to do the show.
I was stoked. I got to play Little Miss Sunshine, which is like, who doesn't? It's like a dream come true. Little Miss Naughty. Hey, do you wonder where that came from? And Little Miss Whoops. So yeah, and the show was written and created by Eric Casimiro and Kate Boudelier, who worked on Rugrats, were writer producers on Rugrats, which was a show I watched growing up. So it was just such an amazing experience. I think I was the youngest one on the cast, and I just felt like they really helped mentor me and teach me a thing or two about animation.
Right on. So, you also voiced the Blood Elf female in World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade.
That's right. Do you ever play that game?
I do not play it. A lot of people I know play it. They've thrown away their entire lives.
I think it was yesterday. I just canceled my account.
Really?
I did not have time to play for the past 3 or 4 months. So I'm just like, okay, I can't be dropping this money on it.
Yeah. In honor of me appearing on the show. You're like,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, what the heck, OJ? It's kind of insulting. You're like,
well,
oh,
to be fair, I was killed by so many Blood Elf females that really.
You enjoyed it though.
Oh gosh.
So what's it like to be part of the crazy Warcraft thing? It's a phenomenon and all that. So what's that like?
To be honest, it's not like I have a crazy, mad, and by that I mean quantity. People really contacting me about that, or I was at Comic-Con in 2008, and I'm actually going to be on a panel at WonderCon this year, which is March 17th in Anaheim, California. So I'm really excited about that, and people are welcome to come down and come to the Cartoon Voices panel, or come to the signing. I'll be there pretty much all day Saturday. But I mean, I think it's the coolest thing ever. I mean, to be able to interact with people that actually are familiar with your work.
Right.
Like, I have a few friends that play the game, and my friend Wolfie and his fiance now, they play the game, and they'd be like, I just can't believe it. It's just like so crazy.
That's you.
It's like they're always hanging out with you.
Yeah.
For $10 a month.
And my sister, I think I told the story before, but my sister was like playing it. She's a gamer, and she doesn't really play WoW that much, but she was at her friend's house right after it came out, and she's like, "This is my sister," and she called me, and I think they maybe had a beer or two. And she's like, "I can't believe it, Alec!" And then they click the character, and the character goes, "I wouldn't do that, but my sister would."
Yeah. All right.
ZZ Top reference to boot.
Do they make you do the voices like Thanksgiving and holidays? Just make you say things?
No, I can barely get them to listen.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
My sister's actually the funny one, which is pretty ironic.
Wow.
So, well, speaking of some of your notable lines, well, I had a couple listed, but you already did one of them, which in a much better voice than I ever could. But they also include one which was, "Normally I only ride on epic mounts, but let's talk." Have you ever used these lines in real life, and you think that actually works?
Wow. This guy.
It's so funny. I forgot about that line. That's one of the irritated lines, I think.
Either that, or I think it's /flirt.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've not used that line. I guess I just haven't needed to, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So if anyone needs to want to use that line, hey, go for it.
They have your
I
permission.
think OJ wants someone to say it to him, I think, someday.
Well, it's kind of it's a little bit snide, really. Like, oh, only epic, but you know what? I'll maybe make an exception for you. Okay.
For you, OJ.
All right. So you do a lot of different things. You do the stand-up, you do the voices, the music. So what's your favorite thing of all the stuff you do?
Probably I think the good thing is like, if you have a lot of things going on, if one thing is not popping at the moment, you can go to the other thing. I definitely love doing voiceover. That's great. But I've been doing more on camera this year, and I miss that too. For a while it was just, oh, really? You want to see my face? And I really like, okay, all right, I'll. But now I'm like, oh, this is fun too. The more fun, I mean, that's what life is about. You live for the fun moments, but it is a lot of work trying to juggle, 3 or 8 different balls in the air at once.
Right.
As you guys
Uh,
know, I mean, hosting
yeah, well,
a podcast.
I'm trying different things out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough for me. I've got like my day job and then doing this stuff and then doing other series with John. It's just like, oh man, where does the time go? But it's all
Yeah.
fun, so it makes it worth it, right?
Exactly. Exactly. If you're passionate about it and you love what you're doing, then it makes it fun. Even in the moments where you're like, what the heck am I doing with my life?
Aw.
So, what advice do you have for those that would perhaps like to follow in your footsteps and go down the road of being in the entertainment industry and doing all this stuff?
Well, definitely get the training that you can. Acting training, improv training. And then if you're in a larger market, you can probably even take voice acting classes. Because it really is about, taking the words off that script and making it live. So even if it's a commercial, you still want to make that copy sound natural and get your point across. And with voice acting, the more you can live as that character, the better it's going to be. And so, a lot of people maybe they have a crazy voice, or maybe they're like, I can imitate Bart Simpson. That's less important than being able to make the writer's words come to life. So getting as much training as possible. And it took a while to break in. I mean, it took a long time. It took me about 5 years. I mean, and that's even probably even kind of longer because I started doing it in college. When I went to Emerson, I was doing it as a radio DJ and doing some voice acting on the side. So it took a long time. It took a lot of money. But I think that if there's something that you're so passionate about, that it's the thing that you want to do more than anything else, then you can make it happen.
Right. When I see you your videos when you perform on stage and stuff like that, you seem very natural and just really just seizing the moment when you're doing it. Do you ever have any kind of nervousness or any kind of like doubts about your performance or anything like that before you go out?
Oh yeah, of course. Um, what did they say? Nervousness is just excitement without breath.
Okay.
Yeah, I think probably most people. I mean, there's different degrees, right? If you're going up for 1,000 people at Laugh Detroit, which is this comedy fest I did, that was pretty nerve-wracking,
Right.
especially when you're in a new town and you don't, or a room that you haven't done before. Um, but then, sometimes playing music, or it's just I really enjoy when I'm up there and I can actually communicate the message that I'm trying to bring to the audience, whether
Hmm.
that's, life is fun, like let's laugh, or whether it's, this was a painful moment and I wrote a song about it and hopefully it will help you through your painful moment, or, or whether it's for kids and like, helping to entertain them and, give their parents a little break, or, teach them something about relationships or about life. When you can kind of let the fear of doing what you love to do fall away, then you can be present in the moment and hopefully speak the message behind what it is you're trying to communicate.
Very nice.
Wow.
Um, so do you have any current or upcoming projects coming out that you'd like to let us know about or talk about right now?
Well, I want you guys to come to WonderCon because that's going to be really cool. To be like,
Where exactly is that?
it's in Anaheim. WonderCon
Okay.
usually happens in San Francisco, but it's in Anaheim this year, and it's put on by the Comic Con guys, and It's going to be really fun. I'm stoked, and I want to know where the party's at. So email me. No, should I not say that? Yeah, but that's going to be really fun. A Cartoon Voices panel, and the lineup is crazy. It's like Wally Wingert, and actually, let me go to the thing, and I'll tell you right now. I can do that, right? This is a computer.
Do whatever you want. This is your time. You're the guest.
Go right ahead. Right now,
Can you
this is
edit
your
it?
show.
Yell at us if you want.
Can you edit the part out where I'm like, I'm going to go to the computer?
I'll probably keep it in, but I could edit it if I wanted to.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll edit out me commenting on editing it out.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
Oh, God.
We'll flip a coin.
Okay. So, yeah, it's going to be a Cartoon Voices panel at WonderCon, and that's March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, at 3 p.m., and Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, is going to be there.
Wow.
Goofy and Pluto, and Greg
Awesome.
Berger, who's on Garfield, Lorraine Newman, who's done a ton of stuff, Fairly Odd Parents, Wally Wingert, he's the voice of, on Jay Leno's show, and tons and tons and tons of cartoons. So it's going to be a really great time, I think. It's going to be probably really funny, and we're going to do a live action script, so that'll be fun.
Well,
Oh,
I wish
wow.
I wish we could attend that. Sounds
man.
fun.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll come to New York and do one out there.
Yeah, let
All
us
right.
know, definitely.
I will, for sure. For sure. And yeah, I mean, there's potentially another really cool project in the works, but you know how it is. They can't say anything just yet.
Can't do it.
Yay.
So, yeah, in a couple weeks, I think. But, the other show that I'm working on right now is Poppycat. So if any of your listeners have kids, it's a preschool show. It's on Sprout, and it started airing in November, and it's currently the #1 show on the network.
Nice.
Which
Cool.
is, really
Congrats.
exciting. So it's super cute, and I play this like adorable bunny named Alma.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Would that be creepy if I watched it?
No, not at all.
Okay, right?
I guess it depends. Yeah,
Oh, it's not like that. I'll be
I watch.
Whatever.
Is that
So-
creepy?
So, what's your favorite cartoon of all time?
Oh gosh, the first one that comes to mind is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that.
excellent theme song on that one too.
It's stuck in my head right now.
Two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case to. Come on, OJ. No
Okay,
case.
OJ, do it.
It's too big. Blah. Let's
You
start
need
over.
help, just
call
Chip and Dale.
Dale's Rescue
Rescue
Rangers. Chip and Dale's when there's danger.
All right, we better stop. You might get like a
Never
copyright.
fail.
Might get a copyright strike for this.
Oh, you're right.
No, because you can do karaoke, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that one, but I also like Darkwing,
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. I liked a
I love that
lot,
show.
and
You have that's kind of like the same stuff we used to watch. We're probably on the same age,
Oh my
Disney
gosh, I
Afternoon.
love that.
right? Yeah, Disney After School, right?
yeah, talking about Disney Afternoon. Anyway, enough of me singing. But yeah, like the Snorks, Gummy Bears, My Little Pony. That was definitely a child of the '80s.
Yeah, definitely same with us. So
Yeah,
And
definitely. Oh,
it's
man.
it's the good stuff.
I haven't thought of the Snorks in so long.
Yeah, it's good memories to go back to.
Do you ever like get a lot of this stuff gets released on DVD now? Do you ever go back and watch it now? The stuff you used to watch.
Yeah, my sister will actually go out and buy, all those DVDs, and sometimes around the holidays we'll watch them together.
Excellent.
Fun.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So we actually have a web series that we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be cool if like I pass your way, maybe took a look at it? I'd like to hear what you think about it.
Oh,
Okay, so
sure.
we have- Yeah, we have one episode
Video
done. So.
web series?
Yeah. It's
Yes,
video.
Okay.
Live
it's about
action.
superheroes.
How did
No.
you guys get started doing this?
I don't really know. It just kind of
It just-
came to be.
It was this weird amalgamation of being in the right place at the right time, and John's cool friends, and just it happened.
Does somebody sponsor you?
No, we're on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on our own.
But because you're
Completely.
not shooting video,
Well, we do. If you go to my channel, I do some video, and I don't know. People like what I do. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
It's your
It
shining
is what it is.
personality.
I don't know. I try not to question it too much. I just go with the flow.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, the web series Inside Alice's Wonderland that I was doing, I'm thinking about doing it more as a podcast. I've had a couple podcasts, but to do what you guys have done, the consistency of, getting and the quantity, I'm really impressed. So, and the number of followers and fans you have, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know how it's possible.
I'm super impressed.
Well, I appreciate that. It really means a lot. Actually, we put a lot of work into it, so that means a lot that you say that.
Yeah,
Especially coming from you, and I feel like you've accomplished a lot of things. So
yeah. I mean, you praising us, it should be completely the other way around.
We're all on this big planet together.
That's true. Yes.
Sometimes I open my mouth to say an inspirational quote and nothing really comes out.
Exactly.
Aw.
So where can people find you online? If I know you have the Twitter.
Yeah, I'm on
You were
Twitter.
nice enough to tweet about us. But what else do you have going on? Let's know the whole thing.
Well, I'm on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/Alicyn Packard Comedy, and then I have a website, AlicynPackard.com. So I'm in the process of trying to spoof it up. It was a great site when Flash was cool. What was that, like 3 years ago? So now I need to do a little tweaking, which is going to be fun, but it's just been busy. So Twitter and Facebook are probably the best way to get in touch with me and interact quicker.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I have a YouTube channel,
Okay.
as you have discovered. Actually, I have a
Yes.
couple. I have one just for music, and one that more for my stand-up, which may or may not be people's things.
They should be. They're pretty funny, so everyone should check it out.
Thank you.
Without a doubt.
Ninja Douchebags is really funny. I like that one a lot.
It actually made it out to the Burbank International. It was a finalist in the Burbank International Film Fest comedy competition.
Wow.
Wow.
Congrats.
Thanks.
It's really well done. Like the song is really well done. Plus the video itself is really good. So that's really good work.
Thank you.
Oh,
Have you heard any of the more serious songs?
I haven't seen those yet.
I could play a song for you if you want.
Sure.
Awesome.
I have one I think you'll like. Let me
Okay.
get my ukulele.
All right. Excellent.
So the reason why I think you'll like this is because, let's see, Okay, so the reason why I think you'll like this is because it's called Less Than 3, but it's named after my favorite emoticon,
All right.
the less than sign and then the number 3.
Yeah, I know what that one is.
So I know you guys are savvy, but somebody was like texting me this for a while, and I thought, like, what is this? I thought it was like sideways boobies. I was like, this guy,
Well,
what? But then I realized it was a heart. Oh, much.
Oh, yes, I know that one.
So this song's called Less Than 3.
Okay.
Less than 3, less than 3. You always send me texts that say less than 3, even though I no longer rent space in your heart. Less than 3, less than 3. One less makes the two of us, but two less leaves me, and it's been oh so lonely since we've been apart. just sounds better than saying one of us cried. Oh, less than three, less than three. You still sign your messages with less than three, even though I no longer rent space in your heart. What would you say? I'll always own space in your heart.
Excellent.
Wow.
That was great.
Thank you.
That's the first
Thank you
song
so
we had.
much.
Yeah,
Less than three.
Less than 3.
that was
That
wonderful.
was great.
First time we've had, I think, a guest perform like music on the show. That was awesome.
Yes.
I wasn't really warmed up, but you know,
Oh, it's okay.
you guys make me feel less than three, I guess.
I love that. I take
Aw.
that as a compliment.
Thanks. I'm not too good at
So
that.
I guess we're going to wind it down. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yes.
If you ever have anything going on and you want to pop in, let us know. Please, doors wide open for you anytime.
Thank you. Well, it was a pleasure getting to meet you guys.
You
Do you have any final words for our audience?
Don't stop believing.
Well said. All right, so definitely check out Alicyn online, AlicynPackard.com. Look up the Pinky Song on YouTube and Ninja Douchebags, all good stuff, all great stuff. So that was really a lot of fun. Excellent. Very good.
Yeah.
The show will return next week, next Friday. So for Alicyn, for OJ, this is John signing off. Thank you for listening to JohnRamboPresents, the best in free and optional entertainment. Good night, everybody.